Whoa. Heidi ho there, little couch neighbor.
Heidi ho, neighbor.
How are you?
Isn't that what is it? Ned Flanders or Ted Flanders? Isn't that what he's called from The Simpsons? Heidi ho, neighbor. Isn't that who says that?
Ted Flanders.
Isn't that what his name is from The Simpsons?
That doesn't even...
The Simpsons.
Did you watch The Simpsons?
I did.
You did?
I did. So I watched The Simpsons. I'm trying to think. My brother was into Beavis and Butthead back in the day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, I remember all that stuff back in the day. Yeah. And then he got from, what was it? From Spencer's, this like little TV thing you put on top of the TV when you change the channel.
Yeah.
And then every time you did that, it was like, what's up, dude? Every time.
God.
Oh my God. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. That's what I was going to say. Annoying. But
that's cute. So annoying?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Matt, I hope you remember that. It was annoying, buddy. It was annoying.
Matt, I hope you remember that.
Maddie.
Welcome back to the podcast. We are just two average, and I mean average girls taking their phone calls to the podcast.
You're welcome.
It has been hellish busy weeks since the last time we sat here at Jody Boulevard, I feel like.
It's been interesting, buddy. I've been sick for a chunk of it. I'm like, oh my goodness. I need to just be in a bubble.
Yeah, you do. You need to be like the boy in the bubble.
I do.
From the Seinfeld episode. Anywho says, glad to be here with you. When we were at Cumberland Farms getting a little snickety snack before coming over here, we had a very interesting conversation.
Yes, we did.
And I think it's worth talking about because if we're feeling some sort of way, then obviously
our
other
listeners
parents,
and viewers must be feeling the same way. So we were talking about when kids have friends come over, right? And like what the expectation is. So we were talking about how usually the girls have friends, that'll come over and hang out. And I love all their friends and stuff like that. But I usually will order a pizza. Like when they come over, I order pizza. I feel like that's the easiest thing to do. It's a bunch of teenage kids. Like,
everybody loves pizza.
Everybody loves pizza. So order pizza. Well, we're talking about one of the girls' boyfriends was over and has a parent that's like a phenomenal cook. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm hearing all of the things that this parent is making. And I'm like, wait, they made what? Like, wait, what did they make? So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And I'm like ordering pizza. So it's like, well, I got to do something. So I ended up making like a pot roast. Well, I didn't make it. The crock pot made it, but you guys get the point. So like I had to do that. And so it came out really good. I feel like I used a little bit too much broth, but it was fine. It like actually came out really good. The kids liked it. So that's all that matters. But then I found out that the other, like this parent makes a lot more things from scratch. So I was like, oh my goodness graciousness. Like I got to step up my A game. So I didn't tell you that Allie was like, don't make it a competition. I'm like, no. That's the last thing I was thinking about. It wasn't even like making it a competition. It was just the fact that like, the other the parent of one of her or her boyfriend, this particular daughter's boyfriend, that's what I should say. Oh, I thought it was like thunder or something. I think they're bringing out their garbage or something. But on a Sunday though. On a Sunday? Okay. But anywho says,
well, we were up here laughing so freaking hard. She's probably coming or somebody's coming up here to whoop our ass.
Yeah, most likely. It's going to be interesting.
Because if you weren't doing the crip walk, then we can't, or whatever the thing's called.
Oopsies. No, it's okay. So, so it wasn't a competition by any means. Like I know that my skills in the kitchen are lacking. It's okay, but I can get by. It's cool.
First of all, there are a lot of women, I think, that aren't comfortable with cooking. Like, I look at how I was raised. I love to cook, but
you're great at it, bud.
In order for me to like to cook is I have to not be stressed out. I don't want to be rushed. I need to be able to enjoy everything.
Yeah, totally.
So,
totally.
But a lot of women don't like to cook. A lot of women weren't taught how to cook. And I think you're seeing that.
Yeah, I feel like my brother got that skill of like learning how to cook because he's a great cook. So he can like cook anything. He got that skill. I did not. But
But also it's not even that you don't have the skill, but you lack the confidence to try.
oh my, well, when you have like, you know, parents that are like freaking like self-made sous chefs, more power to you, buddy. You know who you are. Like, but sous chefs, like, oh my God, my shit is like chopped liver. You know what I mean? So I was
That's
just
not what
like,
it's about.
so I did tell the other parent when I dropped off the boyfriend, I was like, bro, like, what don't you do? I'm like, listen, I got you on the grilled cheeses, you know? I got you on, I make a mean grilled cheese. And respectfully, he said, that's all you need to do is just be able to make a mean grilled cheese. I said, thank you, buddy. So it helped boost the confidence just a little bit. But like, this
Absolutely.
dude's like awesome. I'm like, the heck?
You know, it's just one of those things. It's
Yeah.
either you like cooking or you don't, but you shouldn't compare yourself or look at yourself as,
No, not by any means, but like always, like I order pizzas. I order them like, what do you guys want in your pizza? That's what I do. Domino's. You know, what do you want on your pizza?
well, like I told you, I always feel like, and I always feel, but I feel like that too. Like I cook
Girl, bye.
during,
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Don't do it. I've been over to your place, bro, when you've cooked stuff. Oh, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Okay? Don't even. No, you don't. You are like freaking Julia Childs. Stop it. Don't be lying to our viewers, bro. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. It's
Okay,
okay to say you're a bomb ass cook.
but you guys know that because Shaba is not a cook, that you telling me that I'm Julia Childs really just means that I'm like a glorified hometown buffet.
No, because you cook. You like your cooking is like on fleek, bro.
I can make basic stuff. And you know what? There's nothing wrong.
She's
If you
lying.
can, you
She's
can't.
lying. She's lying. Basic stuff.
But it
No.
is tough. But I see that. I see why that's tough though. If your kid's going over there and they're always cooking and it's always like these, meals, and then you
Phenomenal, like
feel
fantastic, phenomenal meals.
right.
But you know what I do appreciate
Yeah.
though? They do send over muffins though. He makes mean ass muffins. I'm like, thank you.
I
Love
love
the
that.
muffins. Hell yeah. I'm here for that.
I love that.
I can bake and I can look at it, I can read a recipe and I can whip up something that way. Like, but I'm not somebody who off the top of my head's like, okay, I'm gonna make this, and this tonight. I literally will have to Google a recipe if I have ingredients
Right.
and like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. And I will have to follow it step by step in order for it to come out. Okay.
Shaba, I think your skill set is like exactly what you just said. You're not necessarily
I'm not a creative. I'm not.
exactly,
I'm not a creative
but
person.
what you are is like give you, 100 pages to read for the upcoming meeting and
Mm.
get everything organized and go over points and things like that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, and the way you retain information
Thanks, buddy.
is appreciative. I'm a
Thanks,
creative
bud.
100%. So I don't appreciate your world as much, but I understand it's a skill set because
Thanks, bud. I appreciate
I'm
that.
not the same
But
for
I really
sure.
appreciate that because that was like back in the day when we had art class. Remember that? And you had to like learn how to draw a face or hands, and there's certain ways of doing it. I'm like, dude, I do stick figures. What the fuck? Excuse my language, but like, see,
Okay,
it's
but that
like being creative stresses me out.
okay, but remember, then you know what? You remember that t-shirt that I made and your brother said like, "Oh god, I love that Keith Haring inspired t-shirt" on the
Yes,
website.
yeah.
Well,
I thought that was fire though.
Keith Haring was known to make those stick figures. He was in New York during like the 80s, 90s. He died of AIDS. And he would go underground and he would use chalk and he would make these designs.
So cool.
And he got arrested a lot because it was considered what's the word for it?
I can't even think about it, but like vandalism.
Vandalism.
Yeah,
Yep. But he ended up making beautiful things and obviously his work is inspired now.
fire. I love
It's
that
all over
shirt.
the
I love
place.
that shirt of ours.
Yeah.
It's a whole vibe.
And those are just glorified stick figures. And he said, what he felt is that he felt like he likes what he makes, and instead of taking more time on one piece, he'd rather make as much art as he can while he was here, and he did that.
Okay, listen, I'm here for it.
Yeah. So
Give
what?
me a good book to read about something I'm interested in, and I'm here for it. But yeah, I'm not artistic. However, if I see something and I need to like make it pretty. I can do that. That's a creative side. But it's also the
Absolutely it
Libra in
is.
me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is like making things beautiful. That I can do.
Right.
You know, minus that bath the couple bathrooms I was designing that time. Should we tell them?
One time, I'll just say it. I was doing some mystery shopping.
Okay, hold on. Can we pause? I don't want to interrupt, but I just want, like, I feel like I need to preface this. When it comes to acting, I don't have acting skills, so I need to, like,
Again,
hone
not
in. I'm
creative,
not creative at all,
not
but I
super
have to
creative.
hone in with my character. And at this time, we were mystery shopping, and my character was like a mob wife. Okay, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, you were like a mob
Yeah,
wife designing a house,
yeah.
a mob wife of say like back in the basically Tony Montana's sister
Mm,
who also married his right-hand guy. And we designed a bathroom for them.
it was, yeah, it was out of this world. Um,
It was literally the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like I was like shivering because I wanted to scream at you so, and I'm like, when she just went along with it and she's like, yeah, that's a really, I'm
yeah, the
like,
designer
I
was
would
here for it.
never ever let anybody, I would not sign off on it. I'd be like, oh, I did not design
She
that.
was like, "Oh my goodness, this is going to be beautiful." And it was funny because looking over at her face, she was trying to keep a straight face the whole time. And I had this picture. I had this picture of I was designing many bathrooms,
Dude,
and
it
my
was like this
husband,
type of stuff, but in the 70s,
my
like
my husband's a
Miami.
contractor and told me to just go and pick out the tiles, create the design, and he would have his people take care of it. And so that's what I did. My husband told me to choose, and so I chose. And it was going to be like a big clawfoot, a large clawfoot bathtub with
It was a
a
standalone.
dark, it was a dark, what was it? A dark tile backsplash. And then I wanted
It
like the
was like
floor
an
to be like a
imperial black
bamboo
tile. It
looking.
was terrible.
And the fixtures were all gold.
And don't one of y'all come in the comments and be like, that sounds pretty. No, it wasn't.
It was
I
in
could
my
make that pretty, but
for my vision as a mob wife, it was like
you would not even want to
amazing.
live here.
It was
It
amazing.
was so dark. It would be like living in a cave.
The look of it was dark, but I don't know. I feel like, it was like very clean looking. I've seen it's like when you're on
I wasn't
Instagram or
even paying
Facebook,
attention.
yeah, when you're on Facebook or Instagram and those different like I look at a lot of like houses and bathrooms and stuff, and I like the dark look of things. I do.
Well, I don't know what the F is going on with Facebook Reels, but I got some gnarly ass shit coming through my Facebook Reels.
Oh no, what was
But
it?
I'm not the only one that talks about this.
It wasn't like poop stuff, was it?
No, but on TikTok, your FYP, your For You page, that gives you content that they think that you'll like based on your actions with who you follow currently, who you interact with.
Mm.
But Facebook does not have the right algorithm because I'm watching people with like these scalp issues where like people are taking like these like they're almost like razors and they're like taking out gouges of dry skin.
Oh, I've seen those videos before.
I'm getting more of them all the time. Then I'm getting these ones of people who are in a different country and there's something wrong with their toenails and like these people are like cutting out the sides of them and there's
And we know
like
how I feel about feet.
there's like pus coming out of
Ew.
them on the
Oh my,
sides
dude, I'm not gonna be able to finish my hot chocolate.
and they like cut like the nail and shit. That's what I'm getting on my Facebook reels.
You know what
And
I'm getting on my
pimples,
you know,
pimples.
you know what I'm getting on my Facebook reels?
What?
It's all travel. And you know where it all leads to? Pictures and reels and videos? Italy. It's been like this for 2 weeks. And do I watch them? Yeah, I do watch
Well,
them.
that's why you keep watching it and then more is going to come and more
Yeah.
and more and more.
But I'm like, God, I understand that you want me to
But
travel,
I'm not watching
but I
these
need you to
videos.
provide me with the means in order to get to Italy. You want me to go to Italy, Heavenly Father? Then please send me there. I will go. I won't even fight about it. Okay? I will happily go.
Okay.
I feel like my future's in Italy. I do. Like a small Italian town where they make pasta, like from scratch. When everybody sits outside and they're making the pasta and everything, and it's just beautiful. And the ocean's not far away. and you crush grapes to make wine. Yeah, with your feet and stuff. I'm just not made right now just for the regular degular. I'm not. I feel
The
like I should be.
regular degular.
Yeah, I feel like I should be in Europe right now. I feel like Europe's calling me.
I feel like doing anything but the mundane would be great because I feel like I have been doing the mundane. Like I'm ready to live a little bit.
You know, like Moana? Is it Moana that's like, there's something about the sea, it
I didn't
calls
watch Moana.
me. Da-da-da. I feel like Italy's calling me. I
You
do.
do a lot better a cappella than you do trying to like do that thing. You're like getting mad at.
I'm just saying, I feel like I keep seeing things about Europe pop up, and I'm like, I hear you. Universe, I hear you. I accept it. I accept my calling. Provide the means, please, universe.
I just want to.
This is really good, by the way.
Pistachio hot chocolate. Fire. Cumberland Farms. Absolutely delish.
It was really good,
Their
guys.
dark, their cherry. Try it. It is beautiful.
Pistachio is where it's at.
Yeah, I just feel like lately I'm like you're in the same rut. You're in the same, and it's not a rut. It's just the winter. This is what happens to New Englanders
Mm-hmm.
when we're in March and it's still chilly, and we just so badly need warm weather.
Okay, I have to admit this, and I know you're going to be like, yeah.
Here we
But listen,
go.
buddy, listen. So, you know, I'm a winter person, right?
Yep.
I'm here for the winter. I'm not here for this winter. The reason why I'm not here for this winter is because it's not even really a winter. Like, how much snow did we actually get where it stayed and you could do like snow activities? No. You know what we got? Freezing cold temperatures and ice.
When is the
Like
last
this
time
winter,
that we've
ice.
gotten a storm like we did back in the late 80s, early 90s, where
But
we
I
got
like,
significant
right,
snow?
I want snow to stay for like a few days where there's not like power outages and stuff, but like kids could go outside sledding and you can build a snowman or an igloo. You can do all of that stuff. It doesn't stick. It sticks for like a day or so, and then a couple weeks go by and okay, you get another snow, whatever. But we're getting like ice and freezing cold temperatures. I'm not here for that. And with that being said, I take back on a few episodes where I said I would want to move to Vermont. If that's how it is in Vermont, I don't want it. I take it back. I changed my mind.
I don't want this. Like this to me, and I still follow that chick that lives up at the northest part of the world.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just like, she's just getting sun now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I can't do
I need
this.
warm weather at this
Yeah.
point. I do. Like
I see why people
I love the
go,
winter, but I'm like, nope, not anymore.
see,
Not anymore.
you're getting the itch. Yep.
Yeah, I
See,
need
I
warm
had
weather.
that
I need to
too.
be outside. I need to open up the windows. I need
100%.
sunlight. I do.
100%.
I do.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just in cocoons. That's why I feel like it's just mundane because oh look outside, another cold day here, another cold gray day. That's literally what it is.
And my melanin's not melanating. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I need sunlight.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
losing color.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah.
Like we are at our worst right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it. But next week's supposed to be nice, which is great.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to it. Thank
Um
you. Yeah, man. Yeah.
yeah, it's just funny. It's funny now that we're parents, just to kind of circle back what we were talking about. It's funny now that we're parents. I just feel like I sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, wow, I still feel like the kid, you know? I still feel like a kid in my brain. I wish these kids knew that. Like, I know we're the adults, but like when my mom was raising me and I was in high school and versus me, I feel like she just looked like a mom. She acted like a mom. She was mature like a mom.
I love your mom.
And then, but I feel like all moms were kind of like that. But then I look at me
Our generation.
and I'm like,
yeah, but we're so different. You know why?
so different.
We're so different. I think because for a couple of different reasons, we had, which in my opinion, buddy, I don't think that we were like really young when we had our daughters, but apparently we are because every single time people hear that I have teenagers, they're shocked that I
People
have to.
are same with me.
Right. So to me, I'm like, I didn't think we were that young. I mean, at the time, but
I didn't think
apparently
I
we.
looked that young. I mean,
Right, right, right. So I think that that's what it is. We're on the younger side, right? And if you think about it, if we look at a lot of our kids' friends, their parents are old, like they're older than us, right? There's an age difference a lot of the time.
a little
I
bit.
think there is. And I think that also, and I can only speak for you and I because we're very similar. The kids come over, we want it to feel like it's their home. Do
Yeah,
your own thing. You don't have to ask if you want to get a drink or you want something to eat, just grab it. Like you don't have to tell me
right,
or ask, just grab it. You know what I mean?
right,
That's my thing. After you've been to my home at least twice, you're not really a guest anymore. Just get what you want.
right.
You don't have to tell me about it or ask. So I think there's that also. Like we're just more, I won't say laid back because like we're kind of old school in a sense where we still have rules.
Right.
I feel like I'm a little bit on the stricter side in comparison to most parents, but we have rules. We have
Yeah.
rules for the kids
Yeah.
that they have to follow. But I think that also because we are on the younger side, it's a little bit different for us. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
I feel like the girls, like their closest friends' parents are similar personalities, though. Like the friends that they hang out with on a regular basis, I
Right.
notice that their friends or the boyfriend's parents are very similar personality wise to myself, though,
Yeah. Agreed.
which is nice. But yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting. I just didn't,
But I agree with you. I do feel like the kid a lot of the time.
I do. I feel like the kids. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's funny. I just feel like, wow, I'm like, I'm doing this. We're doing this.
for sure.
And I still feel like a baby.
No, for sure, for sure. I also think that the way we react to things, like I feel like kids have a lot more stressors now than we did. I don't know. I feel like I wasn't as stressed out
They're all
as
stressed
kids
out.
these days. I don't know.
But again, I think it comes down to social media,
Oh,
your
for
these
sure.
phones. We didn't have the Shaba.
We didn't.
They are getting access at a young age to information that they simply are not able to comprehend and understand.
Right. It's like
We don't think
information
about how
overload.
much they hear every single day
True.
that
It's
is
true.
way too advanced for them.
It's
Our
true.
kids are way more advanced than we are. If you look
For
at some
sure.
you look at like these videos that you see on Instagram where they're like, look at these kids dancing in 1996 versus now.
Yeah.
It's just very clear there's a difference. Those
Huge.
girls, huge.
Because I remember doing those dances back in the day. Like
Yeah, like we were
in the
immature.
99 2000s.
We
No,
were
I
we
remember
were
those though.
immature.
Yeah.
I remember when 9/11 happened,
I'm saying.
and I remember asking, like, what were the World Trade Center? I didn't even know. I had no idea what those buildings did. I didn't know why people went there. I didn't really know much about it. It just shows you, like, kids nowadays, if that happened now, they would know everything about it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? They just see stuff that they shouldn't see. It makes them more advanced. It makes
Yeah.
them more mature,
It's true.
too young. But you can't stop technology. Our world was always going to go towards more technology. You have people that are advanced and forward thinking, and they are pushing the envelope. We knew that this was what was going to happen.
Right.
Even in the Bible, it talks about it. So I think even 1984, that movie or book, however you read it or listen to it, unbelievable that was written then, and it applies to so much now.
For sure.
And I think it's just a new world. So it's like we look back at our parents, but we can't even compare because the world was different then.
I think it was a lot. It was, oh my goodness.
What a beautiful world it was.
It was.
And I
It was
bet
a
you
lot
every
different, but
generation does that. They feel that the previous, but
no, it's definitely a different world back in the day.
it
Like our thing was like MTV, what was it, Total Request Live and stuff like that. Now
the
it's like,
road rules, the real world.
oh
And that
yeah,
was like cutting edge.
it was
Like
like cutting edge.
we
Yeah.
got together to watch that.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
You didn't have
Saved by the Bell
phones.
and stuff like that. Now it's like Snapchat, like keeping your number up on Snapchat and
Yeah, but
oh
like, I
my
mean, look at
gosh,
all the information on
these
TikTok
poor
alone.
kids.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you
it's
try to
true.
just keep them as young and as you can, or innocent, and
For sure.
It's just a different world.
It is a different world
Such a
now.
different world. My gosh.
For sure.
I mean, I remember, back in our day, if you were bored or something, you'd take a walk or, go get an ice cream somewhere, ride your bike somewhere, do something, play outside. Can you imagine just playing outside? I was thinking about this the other day as I passed my childhood home and I thought to myself, oh, I used to play up there when I was little but I didn't have a phone.
It's true. I didn't have a phone until I think probably freshman year, but I never
You didn't
used
use
it.
it like
Yeah,
now.
I never used it. It was only if I needed to call my mom to pick me up from
Yeah,
practice or
that was like
just
last
whatever.
minute.
Yeah,
Like you didn't,
I
or last ditch. I should.
exactly. And I think it was one of the ones it folded and it had that
Yes,
plastic antenna and then you
yes,
pushed in the
yes,
antenna. I never used it. And I think my mom might have still had a pager at the time too. Like
yeah,
there
yeah.
wasn't texting or anything like that.
No,
There
no.
was no
Oh
texting at
no.
that point in time. But it's funny you talk about childhood home. You know why? Because you know what I remember doing? The house we lived at back in the day, I remember or we'd do cross country practices, and you could run through the woods from our school.
Yes, yes,
Remember to the
yes.
borough, so you could run through the woods
Yeah,
up
yeah,
by the middle school, and then it would
yeah.
go out where the borough was. And we'd always run to my house because my mom always loaded popsicles and ice cream and stuff. So we would run there during practice. Coach, if you're listening or watching, I'm so sorry. So we would stop there, go get some popsicles, ice cream, hang out on the deck for a little bit, and then we would run back to school. We used to do. It was like the best, but like innocent days. You know what I mean?
Innocent days.
Yeah.
The best days.
Yeah, the best days, good times. We used to do like silly stuff though, you know? It was
It
nice
was
being a
so
kid then.
innocent.
It was so innocent then. Like times were just different. Yeah.
But then the generations before us, they were hellraisers. So,
Oh, I hear stories. The generations before us were
ooh,
wild children. I feel like we were a calm like time.
calm people, calm
Yeah,
folk.
I do. I feel like we were a calm, innocent time.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Well,
The
don't
good old
worry,
days.
Shops. You know what you should do? Or the next time you go shopping, like Google easy to make meals for new boyfriend coming over or something like that. She almost spit her drink out. But you can Google anything. You can Google anything, shopping. You should
I'm just
Google
happy that
like
the kids like the food that I'm making. So I think what was it the last time I made like this chicken Alfredo pasta dish, and I forgot what the heck I did. But I'm all for seasoning. Like I can't eat bland food. I can't do it. So I like season the crap out of my meat. I do. You are sick.
I season the crap out of my meat.
You are sick.
I
I
season the
do.
crap out of
I
my
can't
meat.
eat bland. I can't. I
I
can't eat
cannot
bland.
eat bland meat.
I
I cannot eat bland meat.
but yeah. So can't even right now. Oh boy. Yeah, so the kids they've been liking the meals I've been making. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for this. I must be doing something right, but and they're all alive, which is a plus. You know what I mean?
They're all alive, she says.
I'm saying there's been no food poisoning, there's been no stomach issues. I'm like, so I cook my food. It's just to come up with something creative in my head, like, oh, what am I gonna make? And I'm so sick of takeout. Like, I'm so sick of takeout. It's so expensive. And I'm just, even the thought of takeout, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't do it.
Uh,
It got to a point where I felt like between games and everything, like we were always getting takeout. And when you look at how much you spend on takeout,
oh
it's
my God, it adds up so
ridiculous.
fast.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's expensive.
Yep. You pay for convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Mm-hmm.
at you double fisting over there. Gang, gang, booty tank.
Double fist in the hot chocolate, the pistachio hot chocolate. Yeah, man. Yeah. Good old days.
Good days.
Good old days. So what is your okay, so question for you.
Yeah, okay.
What's typically your go-to meal for when friends or the boyfriend's over?
Well, it kind of depends. And a lot of times it'll depend. It depends when they come over. Because I'll cook today. I'll cook different stuff to have in the fridge to get us through at least through tomorrow.
Mm.
So they can heat up whatever they want. I've made chili a couple times.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I always have, cutlets, but it all depends too when they're over
Yeah,
because they're busy.
I
So
stocked up
sometimes
on them cutlets.
you what?
I stocked up on the cutlets.
Yeah,
You have to.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Sometimes I'll have meatballs. Maybe I'll make a meatloaf today. I don't know. So,
Okay.
if you come over, I guess it all just depends too. It
Like
depends
whatever you're
what
feeling like. Because you guys have
100%.
two, not just one. You guys have two chefs in your home. You and the hubby are both chefs that specialize
Yeah,
in
but
different
I do the
things.
most of the no, last night he did cheeseburgers. They were bomb.
Yeah.
They were bomb.
Still waiting to try the pizzas, man.
I know, maybe this summer, dude.
Yeah, let them know. See, broski, like, come on,
I
man.
know, do the pizzas.
Yeah,
For
man.
real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I'm just looking outside and there's this big ass crow out here. He is huge. Okay, he's flying. Damn. That's what I would look like if I was a crow flying to land on a branch. People would be like, that crow can land on a branch? That crow can fly? That's a big breasted bird. Well, actually, not big breasted, but big busted bird. Well,
So you'd be a big busted
I would be a
crow.
big busted crow. A a BBC. No, 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 no. No. No, no, not a big busted crow. Just a bit, just a, just a busted crow. Just a BC.
Just a BC. Dude, I can't with you. Oh my god, a crow. Okay.
Better than a hoe, which is what Shaba is.
Dude, stop telling people that. I'm not.
Okay, fine. She's not a hoe. Shaba is not a hoe.
Dude, do not tell her. Listen, I am not a hoe, okay? I don't. People are believing what you're
They
saying,
don't
bro.
believe.
Yeah, they
They
do.
believe.
Especially with the VIP stories. I'm like,
But
I
you
am the most
love
boring person there
VIP. I
is.
was just at that exit the
Guys,
other day.
I'm
I was
not.
just at that
I
exit the
don't
other
like
day.
VIP.
Yes,
I,
you do.
I don't have a problem with. Let me take this back. Okay, this is okay. I don't have a problem with VIP. I'm not a hoe. I'm as boring as they get. I work and I go home. That's what I
Okay,
do.
wait a second. So are you telling me right now that just because you're quote unquote boring, that means that you wouldn't go to a place like VIP?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh,
But you said I
I'm
love VIP. I'm saying I don't. I'm not like a frequent visitor of VIP.
no. Okay, so maybe she's not going every day. I'm just joking.
I can't. I listen. I am as square as they get, as plain
But
Jane, as
she's
boring as they
not
get.
though.
I
But
am.
wait a second.
I work
But you're not.
and I go
No,
home.
that
I
does. Oh
volunteer
my
and I
god,
do
this is
other
so
things.
weird.
I'm so
Wait a
boring.
second.
I'm boring. I'm
Can I
boring.
just ask a question?
Nervous about this question, bro.
I don't care what you're nervous about. Don't be a little pistachio.
I just choked on my hot chocolate.
Don't be a little pistachio.
Oh my gosh, buddy. Oh my gosh.
What were we even talking about?
I don't even know.
Oh, so okay, so I'm not even. I'm not even gonna. You know what? Tell him whatever you want. She's square.
I am. I'm square, guys. I'm square and I'm boring.
She's square. That's great for you. That's great for her, isn't it? Like, I'm not even putting you in the website, the database for survival management. You're not even getting in there.
Survival man.
I'm boring. I'm square. I
I
don't
am.
like anything. I don't go to VIP. Don't call me. I go to bed at 8. I have too many meetings. No, dude. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you have a friend that has a whole box of toys.
They do.
And you're saying she's not square?
Oh, she's definitely not square.
And you're saying you're square.
I'm square.
So you're saying that you don't have. See,
like this isn't about what I have. Okay, we're not talking about what I had. We're
wait. You keep going. I don't know where you're going. I'm done.
Next question.
You know what? If you want to paint this picture, then you paint whatever picture you want.
Next question, please.
There was no question to begin with. There was never a question.
The friend with the box. It's great.
I mean, most Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking at Tupac right now because him and I are talking and I know exactly what he's saying and he's basically doing this rap to me and I can hear it.
What's the rap? Go for it.
No. Oh wait.
Okay, you want me to read you? Hold on, I'll have to make my mouth moist. Hold on.
Okay, so we're gonna sit here. Hey, wait, what did you just say? You have to make your mouth moist?
Mhm.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so you're gonna do a beat.
Okay.
I like the beat you had, and then I'm going to basically rap what Tupac says. You told me to do it, so like,
Okay.
this isn't coming from here.
That's coming
It's
from
coming from
Tupac.
Tupac over there.
May
So
he
go.
rest in peace.
Can you do this for a couple seconds? Okay. So the girl from Connecticut, she says she doesn't like blush.
Almost had it, buddy. Almost had. Wait. What are you gonna say? See, now I'm intrigued. Now they want to know. The girl from Connecticut. What about the girl from Connecticut, bro? Now we want
She
to know.
says she don't like pleasure,
That's what Tupac said. Wait, what was the rest of what he said?
but she comes on me and
Okay.
I can't apply the pressure.
What are we rated again? What are we rated?
Certified lover boys, certified dumbasses. We're rated level certified dumbasses.
Oh my god. Holy shit. I'm done.
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
so I could rap, but first of all, her beat was too fast. Like I wanted it slower.
Okay.
And Tupac's talking to me. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Long story short is Shaba's a very nice girl, and
Bunny, thank you.
you know, and that's it. And
I'm a lady in the streets. Okay? Lady in the streets. That's all we need to say. Like Luda said. She's a lady in the streets.
a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. Well, he
stopped.
technically said lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. She said,
Yeah. Okay. There's a reason why I stopped at lady in the streets.
What?
That's why I stopped at lady in the streets. No, seriously though, what are we rated?
We're rated explicit.
Okay, just want to make sure.
You knew that. You knew that.
I forget every time, buddy. I forget every time.
How you don't though?
I do.
You just like saying that.
No, I forget every time.
You forget that we're rated X. You drop the F-bombs on the regular, as do I.
Oh, that's true. I mean, that is true.
You know, sometimes I do wonder about you though. Like
I wonder about me all the time.
Like, are you here with us?
Sometimes no.
No, I think you're artificial intelligence.
I wonder about that too.
I really do. I wonder.
I wonder. But if you think about it, as my philosophy teacher in college would say, are we here though? Are we really here? You know what he'd also say?
What would he say?
He'd also say, that white chair that's there, okay?
Okay.
You're looking at the white chair and it has 4 legs.
Okay.
But why does it have 4 legs? And you know what I would say to him? Because that's what chairs are made with, 4 legs. So yeah, I'm here. Okay? I'm here.
I don't get it.
Don't need to.
I would really like to know what you just said.
It's all perspective. That was the point of that, okay? I was horrible in philosophy class. I just want you to know that.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, I take it you weren't like the leading student.
I hated philosophy class.
I loved it.
I hated it.
That was brilliant.
I'm thinking back right now. So speaking of which, that philosophy class, right? He was a professor at Harvard who taught philosophy also.
That's such a cliche thing to say.
It was, but he'd always throw that back.
Harvard.
But he'd always throw that back at everybody, right?
What school were you going to at the time?
MCC.
So let me get this straight. He was a professor at Harvard and then he moved to MCC?
Thank you. See, now you're asking the questions I asked. Because if we couldn't grasp the concept of what he said, he'd always make everybody feel like if we weren't there. So you had some students in class that were like all about philosophy, right? Me, it's very black and white. The chair is there. The chair has 4 legs. You can't sit in the chair if the chair doesn't have 4 legs to it. You know what I mean? Like that's how a chair is.
I mean, that's not true, Shaba.
What do you mean?
Well, you sat in a chair at the funeral home and that didn't have any legs.
The little parts, though, had 4 sections that came together to create 2, right?
Four
So
sections?
each corner had something that was holding up the corner, even if it didn't have 4 legs, right? That's how it functions. I can't think past something functioning the way it's supposed to.
She can't think past that time at the funeral home.
I try to forget that at all cost.
I'm sorry.
You know, somebody did ask. It was recently, and I don't remember.
They asked.
I was at Big Y.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, and it's going to bug the heck out of me if I really farted in a funeral home.
Somebody really asked you that?
Yeah. People are listening to these podcasts.
And what did you say?
I'm like, yeah, I did. It happened. Okay.
Did they ask which funeral home?
I think by now everybody knows. That's from around here. I didn't even go into, you know what, though? I didn't even go into the scenario and, like, what happened at this point. If people ask me, I'm just going to say yeah and, like, leave it at that.
I think it would be great if that funeral home wanted to advertise on our podcast, because what a story.
I just got the chills. Now, seriously, though, like, people don't even understand. Oh, okay. As long as it's a good one. People don't even understand. You have people that are extremely flexible, and you have people that are, okay, maybe somewhat flexible, and you have people that are just not flexible. And that experience led me to learn that I'm a lot more flexible than I realize, but I'm not extremely flexible, if you guys know what I mean. And legs are not supposed to go. And don't think perverted. That's not what I'm talking about. But legs aren't supposed to go all the way over your head. They're not. And like I said, get your minds out of the gutter, people. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? I'm quite literally talking about your feet going farther back from where your head is, okay? That's not normal unless you're a contortionist. It's not. And I, honest to God, saw my life flash before my eyes when I was trying so hard to hold on for dear life so that I wouldn't hit the ground while one of our best friends is going through a hard time planning a funeral and having a serious conversation. Meanwhile, you have the two of us sitting in these chairs that didn't look like they were the most sturdy, but they were there. And yeah, you guys can picture what I'm talking about right now.
Then you farted.
That was the worst. I'm like, she's gonna hate me. She's gonna literally hate me. I'm like, oh my God, it's like the worst time of her life. And what happened? I literally burned the whole conversation. And it is so quiet in there. And all of a sudden you hear and that's why I'm afraid to do yoga. I have PTSD from the funeral home.
You're like those little babies that I see on Facebook where when
you move the legs and stuff.
Yeah, they'll push them and then it'll go. Oh my God.
Or you hold their cute little faces and then you gotta like move around their body a little bit to try to get them to burp. Yeah. I'm like an adult version of that.
Oh God. Oh my God.
My gosh. I will never forget that.
I will never forget you farting in a funeral home. I mean, I wish that making it a t-shirt was cool, because like, how do you even justify having a shirt that says farting in a funeral home?
It's like, like I can't even when you talk about like certain positions, sexual positions and stuff like that, right? My mind doesn't say, oh my God, this dude, yeah, guess what I can do? No, it's like
no, I'm not a ventriloquist.
Yeah, no, it's a contortionist. A ventriloquist.
What the fuck?
It's a contortionist.
Oh, I'm nothing but a giggle puss this morning.
Oh my gosh. It's contortionist, but yeah, I'm not a
Oh,
contortionist. Like, that's
listen,
not normal.
listen. You listen to me right now, Shaba. If you are in a situation with a man,
Oh God.
just hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a situation with a man
Yep.
and for some reason he decides to start moving your legs like bicycles in front of him, I know with certainty that there's a 78 to 89% chance that you're going that you're gonna break wind. Cause I feel like right now, if I told you to get on this ground and if I pushed your legs, I think you're so full of hot air. I think I could push it. But yeah, could you imagine? Could you, like, at this age, you got to be real careful because you make one slip or dip. Honest to God, a fart could come right after. A fart could come.
I would just get up and leave.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
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 Yeah. And then, of course, I mean, not to make this show rated Howard Stern, of course, but you know, the other thing also is like we have two farts to worry about, right? And I think it's fair. I think it's fair to talk about it. Other women talk about it, that you have a traditional fart, a good old fart comes right down the colon, comes right down the butt, you know? Why does this always make me giggle? But then,
dude, we're 40 and almost 40. What is wrong with us?
yeah, it's not normal.
And
And
we
then
can't even talk about farting without laughing.
And then there's the other fart, which is safer. Problem is that those fart.
I don't know what's in the walls, but it sounds big.
From the window
to the wall.
To the wall.
No sweat drip down these
balls.
All these
females
crawl.
All
down ski down, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the other fart, the queef, if you will, that's also a very dangerous area as well. What?
No, I'm just laughing because I was thinking of a moment that happened with somebody, and they did that.
Worst.
And they did that.
It is the worst.
No, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I think he was a little bit more embarrassed than I was, but it happens.
I've heard you fart, so I can't imagine what your queefs are like.
Now I clench, dude, I will clench the cheeks together and make it go back up. Yep.
Not today.
Cheeks
not
together.
Not
yeah.
today.
Make it go back up.
Hi, welcome to the Jody Boulevard podcast, where these two schmucks sit here and talk about
farting and queefing.
Yeah, farting and queefing. Is this what the podcast has become? No, I'm just joking.
No, but have you been in a situation, an intimate situation where somebody tooted?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
All right, Shabs, let's go to another one.
On to the next one. Until next time, our friends, thank you for watching and thank you for listening.
Bum, bum, bum.
Da, 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 dum. Da, 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 da.